It's like, and so I was speechless and just dawned on me. Like, that's what I got. The whole thing is like, the motivation, inspiration behind it is that, let's get it behind us, is that for me, I'm already walking in my purpose, right? I'm already bought into my calling and what God wants me to do and everything. But what I realized, Reek, is that I don't want to leave this earth without making major impact. I ain't talking about making major money. I don't want to leave this earth without making historical, legendary impact or dying trying to. That's, I mean, I've already made that commitment, but that's just what that's what, that's what, like, my spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a connection to me. Like, that's what my spirit said. When I went up there, it's like, yo, I want to be legendary. And not legendary for the sake of being legendary for just Jay Morrison or Jermaine Morrison. I want to do something so purposeful, so meaningful, so big for our people. Right. That I'm 35, he was 35. Right. But yet, 60 years later, here I am going to, in awe and speechless at his assassination site. And so I'm saying that whatever point that I go, and hopefully it's years down the line, and if it's before that, I'm cool with that, as long as I live my life meaningful and purposeful, and I did it in true warrior fashion, in true African soldier fashion, right, fighting for our people who are still being oppressed and burdened down and still don't have rights and still secondary in this country, still don't have unity, still don't have equality, still the poorest in America. Yeah. So all this say to me is everything else is corny. All your Maybachs is corny as fuck. Yes. All the mansions is corny as hell. All your red bone queens, all your everything else don't got shit on that. Right. Don't got shit on that. On that kind of purpose-driven life. Everything else is a fraud, it's a fake, it's a distraction. You're being used by the fucking white man and whoever else you want to call it. Right. Who cutting your check. Ain't nothing else to do for a black person in America but fight for black equality. Ain't shit else for you to do. You a descendant of Africans. You African over here, and we in a country where we the minority, where we still the poorest, where we still getting beat and choked on camera and murdered down, and we playing. So for me, as a real man, as a real king, as a real OG, real big homie, with real values, real stand-up guy, ain't nothing for me to do on this earth but make something to take care of my family so I can sustain myself and go hold my people down. Ain't shit else to do. All that other shit is corny. 30 gold chains is fucking corny. You're gonna put all that effort and energy and swag and charisma and all that shit into that. Everything else is corny as fuck. All that shit we doing is bullshit. That's what it say to me. Everything else that we do, trying to style and stunt, that's real G shit right there. That's real king shit. Everything, what else doper is into that? Like, what greater love is it for a man to sacrifice his life for his people? What greater love is it? What greater talent, what greater sacrifice, what greater gift, what greater purpose to have? What greater swag, charisma? Like, ain't nothing that Meek Mill could do, or Hov could do, or Will Smith, or LeBron, or nobody could do greater than that. Yes. Ain't nothing that no black man in America can do greater than that. Fight to the very end, at whatever point that is, for your people. Your people. They ain't nobody else's people, they're your people. They African just like you, and like your mama was, like your grandma was, like your great-grandma was. And like the great-grandma or the grandma before her who was in slavery. And the one before that was in slavery. 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 Before they got here on a boat when we was in Africa. We came right from there. So if your people was kidnapped and brought here and then left here, and they still ain't got it right here, what the fuck else you gotta do? As a man. As a real man. What the fuck else is there to do but fight for your people? That's it. That's the king shit. We call ourselves kings and queens. That's the king shit to do. All that falling back, you do a little lyric here or there, you do a little poem here or there. All that soft fucking passive, halfway activist shit.
Yeah.
Corny as fuck, you faking. Like you pump faking. That's like somebody going to rape your daughter. What you gonna do, a verse? A 16? An IG post? Hashtag help Flint? Yo, you riding or what? If you riding, you riding. Somebody come shoot up your mama's house, what you doing? You riding or what? Somebody sitting here destroying and brutalizing and terrorizing your people, your women and your children, your Sandra Bland's, your Tamir Rice's. You riding or what? If you riding, you riding. Ain't no halfway riding. Ain't no such things as halfway riding. It don't exist. And that's what that shit say to me is like, yo, he was all in. Dr. King was all in. Wasn't a perfect man. Anybody say be perfect? Everybody say you can't curse. Everybody say you might not have women. Everybody say you might smoke, drink, whatever. He was riding though. The greatest thing you could do as an African man in America is ride out. Or you just faking. You just going wrong with the European American program. Because you pussy. For real, for real. Either that or you selfish. Like these are people. That's only, so for me, it's just like, yo, all I could do is say that the greatest thing I could do is do to my most to my capacity, even greater than I've been, to help our people. That's why I'm unapologetically black. Unapologetically trying to unify, trying to uplift us, trying to empower us, trying to educate us. Because I'm riding, I'm all the way in. And whatever happens, happens. I'll take that all day, every day. I'll take that all day, every day. For the advancement of our people. Especially knowing that some king